to the Knowledgist. And today I'm going to start off with a riddle. And the riddle is going to be the topic of today's video. So here's the riddle.
We are avian dinosaurs with feathers and beaks. Some of us eat seeds, whilst others eat meat. Y'all know who we are, since you've said it while we speak. You've seen us fly and soar, so what am I? Did you get it? The answer is birds! So let's begin with the video.
I'm mostly going to talk about birds and focus mostly on their attributes. So let's start with the beaks. But to better understand the beaks, we need to understand what goes into the beaks before understanding the beaks themselves. So let's begin. Alright, so some birds eat meat. These birds are called birds of prey. Birds in this category include hawks, eagles, owls, and even vultures. These birds eat all small animals like snakes, raccoons, chicks, and sometimes even adult chickens. Which I thought was surprising because, they're birds and chickens are also birds, but they eat each other. So I guess that's kind of weird. Back to the topic. Beaks. So as I was saying, all the beaks in this category can be strong, hooked, and sharp, except for only one. The vulture, who instead of killing the prey before eating it, already finds dead or dying prey and then devours the flesh. And it's kind of scary if you think about it. So now let's talk about the birds who eat seeds and plant matter. So yeah, some of these birds are super common and you've already seen at least one of these. These beaks are short, hard, and sharp so that they can pick up, crush insects and grains.
Some of these birds include sparrows, pigeons, peacocks, and finches.
Now on to more exotic beaks. These beaks don't really fit into the two categories I already mentioned. So yeah, let's begin. Number 1, the strong and curved beak of a parakeet. This beak helps it crush grains and fruit, but also has the bonus advantage of helping it climb trees. I'll show you a video of that. It's actually pretty funny. Strong and chisel-shaped beak of a woodpecker. The woodpecker uses its beak to tap into trees to get out small insects and fruit. And also one special type of woodpecker called the acorn woodpecker actually uses it to make storage units and then gets acorns into the storage and then uses it at a later date. Here's a video of it. It's actually really cool.
You probably recognize the sound of woodpeckers busy at work. But have you ever wondered why they're pecking away? And why they do it so, endlessly? Well, at least in the case of acorn woodpeckers in Carmel Valley, California, they're creating storage units.
The strong and slender-shaped beak of a hoopoe. The hoopoe uses its really long beak to go into holes and try to pick out old seeds and insects. So here's a photo. The broad and flat-shaped beak. A duck. So a duck, it has tiny holes in the sides of its beak, so it'd be like about here if I was a duck. And once it gulps in the muddy water, it spits it out through the holes, leaving only the water plants, the insects, and the worms that were in the muddy water, and it eats those. And it's actually kind of cool that it just has holes, specifically designed only for leaving the insects in, so I thought that was kind of cool. So that was the last beak for today. So now on to the feet and claws. So as I did with the beaks, let's define the purpose of feet and claws. The purpose of feet and claws are used for either attacking things or helping you stand. Fun fact about birds' feet. Some birds actually have a special bone where if they sit on something, they can just perch and then the bone locks, which means they won't fall off when sleeping. Isn't that cool? Flesh-eating birds' claws. Some flesh-eating birds, like hawks and eagles, have strong, sharp, and curved claws called talons. These talons help them catch live prey like toads, rats, and small birds. Perching birds' claws. Perching birds, like sparrows, nynix, and doves, have 3 toes in the front and 1 toe in the back. These type of feet help the birds hold on to a branch. They can even sleep while perching. Remember, as I said in the fun fact. Now on to the more exotic birds and more exotic claws that don't really fit into the 2 categories that I already mentioned. So let's start with scratching birds' claws. So I know it's a weird name, but hear me out. So some birds, like chickens, have sharp razor-like claws, which they use to dig into the ground and then take out old seeds and insects, and then of course they eat them. So they're actually pretty useful. Flying birds. These are birds like parakeets and woodpeckers, who actually use 2 toes front and 2 toes backward to go into the little. I'm sorry, but they use two toes forward and 2 toes backward to get into the little crevices in the bark. And I know it's just a toy, but so if you look at this, you can see that there's 2 toes in the front and 2 toes in the back. Swimming birds. Some birds, like penguins and ducks, actually have 3 toes in the front and 1 toe in the back. The front 3 toes are actually joined together by a small skin called web. They use this web to displace water. This is the same reason why divers actually use swimmer's fins. Waddling birds. Some birds, like cranes and herons, have extremely long and spread out feet. They use these feet to wade through muddy water and find their food. And since I know that huge segment was a lot to take in, here's the joke. What has more bark than a dog and houses the nest? A tree! Get it? Now let's talk about what birds are most famous for. Flying! So how does a bird fly? Well, birds have thin, hollow bones, which are extremely light. But yeah, so that's what helps them fly. Just as we have arms, birds have wings. These wings have feathers, which help it fly. The wings are attached to the bird's body, of course, with strong muscles.
These muscles help in moving.
The bird's tail helps it change direction while flying, just like the rudder of a boat. Well, a bird doesn't simply fly by just flapping its wings up and down. It actually has specific wing movements, and depending on the bird, it either goes upstroke or downstroke. Now let's talk about feathers. A bird's entire body is covered with small feathers called down. These feathers are warm and soft, which not only help it stay warm during the winter, it actually helps it not die when it falls off the tree. Because remember, as I said, even though the bone actually does lock it in place, sometimes it kind of fails to do so, and once it falls, if it doesn't have enough time to actually start flapping its wings, it might die, but because of the down, it actually doesn't die. It just gets severely injured, which is bad in a different way, but yeah. But there's also one more type of feather called flight feathers. These feathers actually help it catch air and fly, so without these you couldn't really fly if you were a bird. Fun fact, the longest living bird, the ostrich, actually cannot fly. And if you also watched my first Fast Fact videos, you also know that they also have the biggest eyes of any land animal, which is, I think it's pretty cool. Now let's talk about nests. Birds build nests to keep themselves away from danger and weather. So these nests can be as elaborate as the weaver's nest or just as simple as the eagle's nest. So now here are some examples. They use materials like twigs, dry leaves, cotton, thread, wood, feather, hair, pieces of cloth, paper. So when the eggs actually hatch, most birds will abandon their nest, let the eggs hatch once they go off and make their own nests, and then the paired birds will find new mates, lay new eggs, and make completely new nests. So they don't actually stick with only one nest. There is actually one bird called the architect bird, which does make like extremely huge nests that they just live in for the rest of their lives. So, but that is cool. So now here are a few examples. The eagle's nest. Some birds, like eagles and vultures, just pick up a few sticks and put them together in a shallow cup shape. Nothing too hard, and it's actually pretty simple. The woodpecker's nest. The woodpecker actually, uses its chisel-shaped beak to peck a hole into big trees, and then to make it cozy on the inside, it just lines the sides with wood chips. I don't really see how that's cozy, but I guess birds think about things differently. The tailor bird. The tailor bird actually uses its beak like a needle to sew leaves together with materials like thread and wood. The nest is made comfortable with cotton, wood, hair, and dry grass. This is actually super beautiful, and if you look at the nest, you're pretty much mesmerized. The weaver bird. The weaver bird makes a beautiful and strong nest with twigs and grass. It weaves the grass in and out rapidly. The bird enters through a tunnel like a hole in the bottom of the grass. It's extremely cool. You should look at it. If you want to learn even more about birds, then I would direct you to Cupcake's channel, specifically his video about peacocks. In that video, he talks about the most exotic of birds, peacocks. Don't you think nature is beautiful? And to prove that, here are some exotic birds.
Hi, this is like a super cool exotic bird. It's called the kookaburra. It comes from Australia and it makes these super cool noises. And it's often called the laugh of the kookaburra, but it's actually just a call so that it and its family can know where it comes from. So here's how it sounds. It sounds like super cool.
Also, is an exotic bird? What? This! That isn't an exotic bird, that's just an angry bird. Oh, because it's so angry? Since Cupcake's bird pecked me so much, I guess I'm gonna have to end the video here. But yeah, so remember to like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends about this video, and yeah, so bye! And also please like and subscribe to my video. Yeah, his videos are called The Smart Kid.